$44 billion, that is the sticker price for Twitter. The deal struck between Elon Musk and the social media platform. That was yesterday afternoon. Done deal. We'll bring our panelists in for a reaction to it. Today we have D.C. Drano, lawyer and conservative activist Rogan O'Hanley, and former New York State Senator and Democratic strategist David Carlucci, and host of WBT Charlotte, Brett Winterble. Good to see everyone here, and thanks so much for coming on. I'll go right down the list here with you, gentlemen. Rogan, if I'll start with you, and this tweet from Elon Musk, he says, "I hope that even my worst critics remain on Twitter, because that is what free speech means." Again, that from Elon Musk. And Jack Dorsey, again, the one that created Twitter. Elon's goal of creating a platform that is maximally trusted and broadly inclusive is the right one. This is also Paraj's goal and why I chose him. Again, that's the CEO of the company now. Thank you both for getting the company out of an impossible situation. This is the right path. I believe it with all my heart. Rogan, start with you. Reaction to that.
Yeah, Paraga is not on the same page as Elon. He was quoted as saying the First Amendment does not apply to Twitter when he was entering as CEO. And Elon has said he wants to allow all legal speech. So I think there's going to be one person leaving that building, and it won't be Elon. But, you know, I find it very ironic that the left, who claims to fight for, tolerance and equality, is upset that other people are now going to have free speech. They're not worried about being censored. They're just worried that others will be able to counter them without being censored or banned, such as myself for claiming irregularities in the election. But I just find it very rich and ironic that the left is freaking out that an African-American immigrant who makes electric cars and wants free speech for all Americans is their number one enemy right now.
David Carlucci, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think what Democrats are concerned about is this concentration of power that we have here, the world's richest man now in control of a social media platform that has become the town square. It's where many people get information. It's something like close to 20-something% of Americans are on Twitter using it. So this is something that begs to ask a lot of questions, re-examining Section 230, asking about what's the scrutiny involved in this large takeover. And there's not much. So I think this lends to many more questions. And I think you'll see Congress and the president really start to see what can we do about making sure that there's scrutiny in such a huge takeover like this, because Twitter has become so integral in U.S. society.
Sure, but that may not be the only concern from Democrats. I'll play this for you. MSNBC and how they reacted to this. Here's that.
If you get invited to something where there are no rules, where there is total freedom for everybody, do you actually want to go to that party? Or are you going to decide to stay home?
You could secretly ban one party's candidate or all of its candidates, all of its nominees, or you could just secretly turn down the reach of their stuff and turn up the reach of something else, and the rest of us might not even find out about it till after the election.
Brett Winterble.
Look, the reality is you go woke, you go broke. This is the triumph of capitalism. You've got investment banks lining up to invest with Elon Musk. And the fact of the matter is the reason why Twitter is in the mess it's in right now is because they went woke. They decided that they were going to determine who was, valuable enough to be kept on the platform, like the mullahs in Tehran or Vladimir Putin, and who they could jettison, people who had the voice of the people in this country, like Donald Trump. So this is a huge triumph, and it's interesting to watch these legacy sort of cable channels start to panic. It reminds me of the last days of the Stasi as they start burning the documents there in East Germany with the wall collapse.
And back to Rogan on that in that clip from MSNBC, CNN reacting there, and then MSNBC talking about how if Elon Musk is in control, they could turn down the volume on one party, turn up the volume on the other party, and you wouldn't know until after an election. Does that sound familiar to you at all, Rogan?
Absolutely. I, posted yesterday that if Elon owned Twitter, back when the Hunter Biden laptop story dropped, we're living in a completely different world. President Trump is still in the Oval Office. Putin doesn't invade Ukraine. You could still afford food and gas, because there was a poll done by Media Research Center after, and they said 16% of Biden voters would have changed their vote if they knew about the Hunter Biden laptop story, which was suppressed. They banned the New York Post from tweeting about it, a 200-year-old publication, on Twitter because it was so detrimental to their preferred candidate. So they understand the power that this platform has.
All right, we got to end it there. I'm out of time. David Carlucci, thank you so much. It's good to hear from you. Rogan Hanley, Brett Winterble, we appreciate your time. Thanks.
Great stuff there. Coming up after the break, the future of a floating city. Where is this being discussed? We've got details of the plan on National Report.